Welcome back to Teach a Man to Fish channel. For you, in this video, we're going to go ahead and get our seedlings started for the year. Let's go ahead and roll. So if you're just getting started out, you may need to do some equipment purchasing on this. You may already have your trays and your process set up and you're just here to learn. Whatever your reason for being here, we're going to go ahead and start out with a new purchase that was made, and it's a complete package. Comes with 2 trays. There is still a couple of other items like these tray labels. You'll write on those the plants that you're planting. Trust me, you won't remember when it comes time. The greenhouse dome, as well as a heating pad, and I think that's probably the most critical part of this, is that heating pad to help with the germination. And we're going to talk more about that later. There's those pads. I hope you'll get a sense of how easy this is to do, how inexpensive it is, and probably the most complicated process of it is finding the right place in your house. And if you don't have enough light, getting some artificial lighting set up to go ahead and get these seedlings to thrive. I can tell you that I'm already impressed with the construction and design of this. It seems like whatever it is that I've been buying in the hardware stores has just been getting cheaper and cheaper and less quality made year after year. I'll go ahead and show you a link right here that tells you what the planting times, when to start your seedlings indoors. It's very convenient to use. All you have to do is plug in your zip code. This chart will tell you when to start your seedlings and when to move them outdoors, as well as multiple plantings throughout the year. It's a really convenient chart and table to use. There will be a link in the description down below. So the first thing you want to do is get your seedling starter mix out. And you want to throw at least a cup or 2 of water in that bag. That seedling starter mix needs to get a little bit of water in it, otherwise it floats and doesn't absorb. And even if you've made it wet, it still wants to float a little bit, and it takes a little bit of time for that mix to absorb the water. Just know that that does go away, and eventually it just stays where it is and absorbs the water right. You want to spread that soil around and get it tamped down into each little cell. There you can see that that's kind of wet mix there, which especially on the edges. For whatever reason, as you push out to the edges, it doesn't get as compact and as deep. So you want to focus on getting that soil all the way out to the edge. And you'll also see in a bit, when we start tamping it down and putting little holes for the seeds in, you might have to throw a little bit more out on those outer edge cells. I'll go ahead and put down below an Amazon affiliate link. You can go ahead and click on that and purchase everything that we're using in this video. What we're starting in this video is our jalapeno peppers. They take the longest to get the most mature and start to produce fruit. So once again, I'll put a link down below to these Biker Billy jalapenos. I've been doing this for 25, 30 years. These are the best jalapenos that I've ever grown. I saved these seeds from last year, and then you don't have to buy them ever again. You just save 1 or 2 peppers after they've matured, ripened, pull them down, dry them through the winter, and they will germinate for you for next year. There may be a little bit of genetic variation, but it will take generations for you to achieve the point where you stop getting Biker Billy peppers, because every year you might get a green pepper pollination or a serrano pepper pollination. All those peppers cross-pollinate. You won't change the pepper. And if it does start to change, you just buy another pack and you're back to the original genetics that you wanted for those Biker Billy peppers. And in each of those holes, put the number of seeds that you want to put in each one. For these peppers, I like to put 3 in, guaranteeing at least one of those will germinate and give me a good, healthy plant. After getting the seeds into each one, you then want to tamp it down a little bit, cover those up so that when you go to put the water in, they won't float up to the top. They'll be underneath that starter mix. Once you have all of those little cells filled, you just kind of tamp it down, smooth it out, and take it over to fill it up with some water. If you use this coupon code, it says you'll be able to get 10% off of the purchase. So this will be a whole video series, all laid out, every step of the process. This is just step one, getting those seedlings into the soil, into the trays, and up and rolling. Come back and you'll see each phase of the process as we go through it together. Start now, and you're gonna save a ton of money when it comes time to put these in the ground versus going to your hardware store and buying these for anywhere from $3 to a tray to even some of them are $5 a plant. A little tip or secret for you: if you use your hose sprayer in your kitchen sink, put it on the water on very low setting and it won't spray all over the place while this mix absorbs the moisture and gets locked in better. And again, turn it on very low. You might have to do this a couple of times while focusing on those outer edges because they'll be the ones that resist taking that water the most. Just watch how this floats. This is a 5-minute time lapse just to show you how long it takes to sink in. If you try and pick it up too soon, it'll leave a mess wherever you take it. Just in that time to take this up to where I'm going to be germinating these seeds, I could tell that each of those corners didn't get as much water, so I had to reload those. Next up is one of the most critical parts and one of the greatest pieces of equipment you can have, and that's the heating pad. That will so dramatically improve your germination time as well as success. I can tell you it's critical. Temperature is critical to seed germination. That's actually why seedlings don't start in the middle of winter. When that soil temperature hits around the 65, 70 degree mark, that's when those seeds come to life. If you don't achieve that in your seedling pods, you'll never get that good solid germination. And this is doubly important for herbs. The pad even comes with its own little chart that tells you the germination time, instructions on it, and right there is the germination time in a couple of different languages, but we're going to be doing jalapeno peppers here, so that's 10 to 12 days. We'll slide that pad underneath the seed tray, throw the lid on, and I can tell you something else that's interesting is these come with little vents that enable you to control the humidity or the moisture that's escaping. Here in the beginning, I want those vents closed because I'm trying to trap the moisture in for those seeds to germinate. But later on, I'll be opening those up so that there's not too much moisture and encouraging mold or mildew to grow on those leaves, those young seedlings. I'm fortunate that I have really good lighting for growing plants that comes through this bay window, about 7 or 8 hours of direct sunlight each day. So YouTube says that this video is perfect for your viewing habits. This is my latest upload, and over here is a gardening playlist you might just enjoy. I hope you liked it. If you did, please click like, subscribe, share, and come on back for more.